We begin tonight with the final journey of the late retired President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi, which began this morning.
Well, more than 24,000 citizens, including President Uhuru Kenyatta, thronged Parliament buildings to view Moi's body in a solemn 3-day schedule that will pave the way for a state funeral. Francis Gachuri reports on the highly symbolic day.
It is the second time in 42 years for Kenya to mourn the death of a president, the difference being Mzee Jomo Kenyatta passing on in 1978 while in office, while Mzee Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi died 18 years after exiting State House, making this the first time Kenya is mourning a retired president. The military carriage bringing to Parliament buildings Moi's body in a coffin, draped in the national flag at 7:30 a.m., almost an hour earlier than scheduled. The body was offloaded from the coffin and placed on a specially designed table to facilitate seamless public viewing by Kenyan citizens and their leaders. President Uhuru Kenyatta's motorcade snaking its way to the August House buildings at 10 a.m., the head of state leading the nation in mourning his political mentor and father, who thrust him into the national limelight and picked him as his preferred successor in 2002. Grief and sorrow written all over President Kenyatta's face, with First Lady Margaret by his side. Deputy President William Ruto also paying his last respects to the man who led the nation for a record 24 years. Speakers of the bicameral Parliament Justin Muturi and Ken Lusaka, Deputy Chief Justice Philomena Mwilu, Cabinet Secretaries, members of the two houses, security bosses and members of the first family lining up to view Mzee Moi's body. Kenyans in their thousands braving the hot Friday sun to pay homage to the departed president who passed on at the official age of 96 years. Moi's body was clothed in an immaculate charcoal grey suit, a white shirt, a flowered necktie, his signature fresh carnation on his lapel, and brown designer shoes. By his side, the baton popularly known as Fimbo ya Nyayo, his Bible and hymn book. His official seat also part of the setup. Top government officials who closely interacted with Moi, paying tribute to their fallen boss, Frost Josiah, who was Moi's chief of protocol, among those at Parliament buildings.
He treated me like a son. I worked with him at a time when I think it is only me and Lin Jiru who were from Nankalenjin in the whole of the presidential team. Yes. And he treated us as his children. So really, for me, it's a great loss.
Mzee Moi was chairman of OAU for 2 consecutive years. Nobody has ever done. And because of his humility and respect for the others, a record heads of state, 53, all of them attended the OAU of 1981 in Nairobi.
One of the most interesting things I remember about Moi is his encyclopedic memory. He will remember faces and names, and he would never forget.
Shortly after 5 p.m., Mzee Moi's body was loaded back into the coffin and driven out of Parliament buildings by the military carriage for Lee Funeral Home for an overnight stay. It will be brought back to the house tomorrow for the second day of public viewing.
Kwa ujumla, mashine ambayo ilikuwa inahesabu watu wanaingia bunge inaonyesha watu 24,863 walipata nafasi ya kufika bunge pamoja na viongozi wote kuomboleza na kutoa heshima zao za mwisho kwa rais, na tunashukuru.
Hawa Wakenya wananifurahisha, wameniguza moyo. Nilivyoona wananchi vile wanatiririka hapa na wengine wanakimbia. Unajua unashindwa, mtu alikuwa anauliza wananchi wanakimbia wapi? Si eti wanakimbilia pesa ama wanakimbia ati kukula. Ni furaha na upendo ambao wako naye, na wanataka kumuona huyu mzee dakika ya mwisho anapolala ili wapate kuridhika kwamba ni ukweli mzee amelala.
Children under the age of 15 will not be allowed to view Mzee Moi's body, with Parliament recalling MPs for special sittings on Monday to mourn the former member for Baringo Central. For 47 years, Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi was a member of the Kenyan parliament, and 18 years after his exit as the country's second president, his body returns to parliament buildings for Kenyans to view it and pay their last respects. That situation expected to last until Tuesday morning, when the body will be moved to Nyayo National Stadium for an interdenominational funeral service, and later to his Kabarak home, where it will be buried on Wednesday. Francis Gachuri, Citizen TV, Parliament Buildings, Nairobi.